Say, boy, you balls! Hold up! Hold up!
Hello, Brawlers, and welcome! Today, we'll be going over Subterra, the final attribute in our first round of the Legacy Bakugan deck profiles. Subterra Bakugan, as the name implies, use the power of Earth and Stone to get and stay ahead of their opponents. Our deck will use our strong Bakugan and cards to control the opponent by keeping them grounded and always within range of our mighty attacks. By neutralizing the opponent's resources, they'll have little means of fighting back against our Earthen Bakugan. I say all of this, in part, because Subterra is apparently so unpopular that Dan Kuso, who literally wrote the rules of Bakugan in the show, didn't know what these Bakugan were until he saw them in the first episode.
You gotta be joking! I've never heard of Subterra before! Oh great, how am I supposed to battle against a beast that doesn't even exist?
Don't know how that works. This deck will be using exclusively Subterra Bakugan and cards from Battle Brawlers and New Vestroya, with no support pieces. Subterra Bakugan usually want high G power, and this deck will be no exception. We don't have a very big collection of these guys, but we do have Subterra Apollonier, Subterra Wormquake, and Subterra Stinglash. Their G powers are displayed on screen. As always, use whatever Bakugan you have at home that fit your play range. You'll want the strongest Bakugan you have available, and if you have an Apollonier, Warrius, or Garganoid, they'll be great additions to your force, thanks to their corresponding gate cards. Speaking of, our gold gate card is Apolloniers. This gate card is already good for Subterra, but by having Apollonier on this gate card, he will receive the bonus twice. That's 340 Gs. Ironically, Fortress's gate card has the same Subterra bonus, but at this point I'm convinced that Subterra Fortress is just a government psyop.
FBI, open up!
In all seriousness though, there really aren't a lot of gold gate cards that specifically support Subterra, so look for a gold gate card that works with one of your Bakugan. The examples I mentioned before should all be good. Our copper gate card will be a defensive one. Quick Charge gives a good Subterra bonus and prevents the Bakugan with the lowest G power from activating ability cards in this battle. As mentioned before, you want to go with the highest G power Bakugan you can, and this card makes them practically unbeatable in battles on this card. This card ends up being pretty similar to Standoff, if you remember that abomination. You can play this card whenever you want and make good use of it too. Though I'd opt to play this early in the game if you want to immediately take control of the battle with a win and keep things simple.
Who you calling Pinhead?
Your best bet for a strong Silver Gate card is Earthen Mound. Not much to say here, other than it has a nice Subterra bonus. With that same idea in mind, Muddy Ground works well if you don't have Earthen Mound, as does any other Silver Gate card with a high Subterra bonus and a low bonus for your opponent. Either way, you'll want to play this card later in the brawl when your opponent is out of ability cards, if you can. It's nothing fancy or exciting, but that's standard for Silver Gate cards. Your opponents are naturally going to try using tricks to defeat you on their gate cards, which is why we've brought abilities to shut them down. First, we've got our green ability card, Ground. This card is played at the start of a battle where you have a Subterra Bakugan, and reduces the gate attribute bonuses on the gate card you're currently battling on to 50 if they're above that number. This is great, as it keeps opponents' power levels low, and can bring them back down to earth if they try reaching with a gate card that gives their Bakugan lots of G power. Keep in mind that this is only on gate attribute bonuses, not on other bonuses that the effect of the gate card might give. This distinction usually doesn't matter, but it's something to keep in mind. One of the best parts about this ability card is that it's very difficult to escape from. Changing to another attribute with either an ability card or a Bakugan trap won't work, since this reduces all gate attribute bonuses above 50 to 50. Of course, this does mean that it will reduce your own bonuses as well if it's above 50, but equalizing the bonuses of the gate card is far better than letting your opponent run away with things. Going along with that, the red ability card we play is based on preference. If you want to neutralize the opponent's ability cards, Stuck is a great option. This card is played before rolling a Subterra Bakugan, and says that if the roll results in a battle, any G-Power bonuses your opponent gains from ability cards are reduced to 0 in that battle. This is huge against decks that try to maximize their G-Power bonuses, particularly from the mana cards and various boost and launcher cards, all of which need specific types of gate cards to get their super high bonuses. Making these cards whiff is excellent, but it can still be good against an opponent using a Tamer ability card. Keep in mind though that this is mostly to stop blue ability cards, as most decks don't have red or green ability cards for additional G-Power, though they do exist. Our other option for a red ability card is Gus's Power Blast. After playing with your balls for a bit, you might also feel like blasting.
Hold up!
This card is also played before rolling a Subterra Bakugan, and if your roll results in a battle, you can choose to make the text box on the gate card you battle on empty for that battle. Nullifying your opponent's gate cards is awesome, as we discussed earlier. With this card to stop gate card effects, and ground to bring down high gate attribute bonuses, we have lots of ways to stifle our opponent. You can also use Rikimaru's Surprise, a very similar card to this one. Keep in mind that Rikimaru's Surprise does not require Subterra Bakugan, but it does mean that you will have to make gate cards blank in battles that turn. It's not optional. That means if you miss and land on one of your own gate cards, you'll nullify that too. Still though, as long as your aim is good, this is a good substitute card for Gus's Power Blast if you don't have that. With all this defense and control, we need to round things out with a power play. For that, we have our blue ability card. If you want a card that ramps up in power as the battle goes on, and is strong in multiplayer, Pit Fight is for you. It may not look like much, with its Subterra bonus being only 40, but if you or your opponent has a Bakugan on another card while you're battling, you'll multiply this bonus way above the starting number. Do it like we show here, and you'll have 120 additional Gs. That only gets higher if you're playing with more players, or have additional gate cards set up in the field with Bakugan on them. If you're looking for heat with less setup, or something better for a duel, you can also use Golden Boost. You'll get 100 Gs to keep you on top, or 200 if you're battling on a gold gate card.
I love gold!
Chaos players will hate you. Whichever blue ability card you decide to use, you will find that this will definitely pack a punch should you need the extra G-Power. If you watch out for slippery opponents looking to trick you and put you on the back foot, you'll find that this deck will pummel opponents with strong Bakugan, big boosts, and impressive control effects. Brawl wisely, and you'll have no trouble knocking opponents down and keeping them right where you want them. I hope you enjoyed this video, and look forward to what we have in store next. Until then, we'll see you next time. Now get out there and brawl.